Garrick, today is a very sad day. Joining me tonight on May 8th. Garrick, I see you got your black on right now. Is that supposed to represent anything right there?
Yeah, it's the death of the Hawks season, Josh. I would have worn my veil, but couldn't see the screen.
Man. Ah. Pretty fun year, I would have to say. But
Yeah.
we have a lot of the off season to talk about a lot of this stuff. So let's just try to spend tonight to just talk about the game, and we'll go over the season and stuff later. Garrick, you know what was kind of different about this game that was actually neat?
What's that?
We actually gave a crap on an elimination game.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's different from the past 9 years. How many years has it been? 8.
Yeah, we actually gave a crap on an elimination game.
Let's go through it. The Celtics game 7. Yeah.
Well, Marvin gave a crap
and
got him suspended for a couple games.
Post the next year, LeBron.
Yeah, we
got blown out game 4.
Yeah, blown out an MVP chance for LeBron.
Yeah. What was the next year? Orlando.
Was that Orlando?
2010.
Were you at that game? Because I remember being at that game.
I don't think I was at game 4.
Okay, it was Ray that was at the game with me. There were boos, lots of boos, lots of bye-bye Woodies, and lots of lots of we don't care about you either, Joe. Lots of those. It was possibly the worst I have ever seen in my life in terms of fandom because the fans turned on everybody.
I got a rant about the fans later, Josh.
Okay.
What's the next year?
That was Magic again. Okay, we played the Magic. Who did we lose to in the second round? Chicago, right?
Yeah, I think we lost.
That was a disappointing elimination. I remember.
Yeah, it's game 6, I believe.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
We went to 6 in Atlanta. We lost. Josh Smith shooting. Pacers was Pacers after that.
Yes, that was the game. No, was it the Pacers or the Celtics?
We got eliminated by the Pacers twice. Was that 2 years in a row?
I think it was. No.
No. Was it the Pacers or
the Celtics? Was Larry Drew's last? No. I'm trying to think. When did we get eliminated by the Celtics?
Okay, who did we get eliminated by? Last year was the Cavs. The year before
I got it. 2012 was the Celtics, and 2013 was the Pacers.
Okay, was it? Good call. Horford was out for the year. Josh Smith mid-game, I remember, tried to reverse dunk. That was the infamous year where we literally. Do you remember our center rotation that year? Because that was Horford's first year of tearing his pec.
I want to say Petro. Who was it?
No. I distinctively remember because I had arguments about this, and it was the most embarrassing arguments ever. It was Dampier and Jason Collins.
Oh, God.
And we would argue of who was better between those two. I got into intense Twitter arguments that Jason Dampier was better than Eric Dampier, whatever his name is. Damp was better than Jason Collins.
The old turd sandwich versus versus douche. Yeah,
it was pretty bad. But that was the year that I remember someone made a Jason Collins mixtape on YouTube. If you remember that. The no jump rebound. Someone no jump rebound. Anyway, that was also the year Rondo got suspended for, I want to say game 4 or no, game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rondo got suspended for game 2.
That's the foul on the inbounds series.
Oh, I will never forget that. Yeah, Rondo got suspended game 2. We lost that game anyway. Paul Pierce T-bowed on the the Hawk. Foul after the inbounds play. Marquise Daniels was holding on to, was it Marvin? Was Marvin the one?
I think it was.
Okay. Marquise Daniels holding on to Marvin. Horford missed a free throw, but he totally gets an excuse for me because he was literally shooting with one arm that game. He gets an excuse for me for that.
Next year, Pacers game 5, I believe we shot like crap. Couldn't make a shot to save their lives.
Was that the first?
I think it was game 6. Was it game 6? Did we go 6 or 5? Yeah, we went 6 because we
I feel
won
like it was
2 games in
6.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Was that Josh's last year?
Yep.
Okay. I distinctively remember that too because I want to say Josh didn't Josh like lose us that game? Like that last
Shooting. Kept shooting. I don't think you were at that game with us. I think it was me and Ray. Too.
No, I wasn't at the game. I remember watching it. But I was at the game, I want to say game like 3 or 4 I was at. Josh was hitting his outside jumper. I was with my brother. I remember this. Matt, I was with you that game.
I remember that too.
Yeah, he was hitting all of his outside jumpers to begin the game, and I was literally screaming, no! I was the only one in the stand screaming no every time he threw up a jumper. Not screaming, but, kind of sighing and face palming. You know that is Garrick, right?
Yeah.
But he was hitting him in the first half, but then, the second half, he went back to the Josh Smith we all know and love, and everyone hated it. And that's where he got the nose whenever he shot. Wow. It's kind of iconic to think of that. Like, is there any other player that you hear a chorus of no's every time he lines up to shoot?
Someone in the playoffs this year. Who was it?
For the Cavs? No, not the Cavs. For the I was gonna say Clippers. I don't know.
Man, I was just thinking about this last week. It'll come back to me. But it's a team in the playoffs. Some guy shoots, they chant no.
Well, it'll come back to you. Let's.
But the next year was Indiana, who got blown out in Game 7.
That was the year. That was when we were the 8th seed. When I was.
Yeah.
I was hardcore yelling for us to tank. Don't tell anybody though. I wanted us to be in the lottery that year. Don't. Hey, who said that? Who said that? I was really looking at tankathon.com for that. But yeah, that was the year Horford tore his pec again. Garrick, you remember that year because that was the beginning of the year when I want to say that was the all-time hot great Tracy McGrady year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. No.
No, Tracy McGrady was Indiana, wasn't it?
No.
He wasn't here with Coach Bud.
No, he was Boston.
Yeah.
Never mind. I take that back. I just remember one of the years Horford tore his pec. It must have been that year then. I remember we beat the Heat.
When we played the Celtics in the second time we played.
Yeah, we beat the Heat. We beat, like, Boston. No, we beat the Heat, beat the Bulls. And I was thinking, holy crap, this might be our year. And then Horford tears his pec. Then the second time he's tore his pec, and that was the year that you're talking about Indiana. That was, I want to say, wasn't that the game where Jeff T get a game winner? Yeah, that was Millsap's first year with us. Okay.
Yeah, the game. Talking about
it was the Cleveland game. I remember Horford tore his pec against the Cleveland game. Jeff Teague hit a 3-pointer to send it to overtime and the game winner over Kyrie. No. Yeah, can't remember.
Somebody.
I remember it. But that was the year I was hoping we tanked. And that was the year we did a free fall on the standings because of all of our players were injured. I remember. Was that Zaza's last year? Also? No. No. Who do we have that year? No, Zaza was gone by then. Petro. That was definitely the Petro year.
Yeah.
Johan Petro, Deshaun Stevenson, Ivan Johnson. Ah, good years. So so after that year, who did we play?
Cavs last year.
Oh, no, that was the second one.
Say that again.
You didn't have one. Yeah, you can the think of Mike Scott. So that's foggy. The last. Hold on.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can hear me. What the heck just happened?
I think it was on my end. Got
Huh.
too many tabs open.
All right. Yeah. Let me. I got my tweet deck open. I wonder if that might be doing it.
Yeah, me too. I should close that.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Let's. Whoo. Okay. Yeah, we're back. Technical difficulties once again, but anyway, last year we got eliminated by the Cavs. We all know how that went. This year we got swept by the Cavs, but we went down with the fight this time. Garrick, does this rank amongst, I guess, the worst elimination? Like, is this one of the worst ones?
Like most disappointing.
Um, yeah. Give me your opinion on that.
Uh, I'm not disappointed. I didn't think they would beat them anyway. So I don't know. It's kind of disappointing not to take a game. I guess after these guys have beaten us 12 times in a row in the playoffs and uh, haven't beaten them since Neat Night. In that sense, it is disappointing, but I didn't expect them to win the series. So
Yeah.
just freeze my evenings up some more, I guess. Just quicker.
That's so true. Uh Before the game, or at least before the series, you said Cavs in 5, I believe. I said Cavs in 4. Um, you know, it's disappointing, but it's not like I guess we didn't see it coming. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, uh, it's very hurtful. So let's get on to the game. Oh yeah, by the way, no, for our audience members listening, this is not the most disappointing elimination we've had, in my opinion. There are plenty more. I can immediately think of that Celtics series with the foul after inbounds play and the Orlando series as more disappointing than this one, just off the top of my head. Well, that and Josh Smith shooting us out of. I take that back. There were a lot. Like once it ended in a blowout when we got eliminated, to me are worse because at least we tried this series. You saw the effort.
Yeah.
Um,
In my first few years as a Hawks fan, there were some series that were kind of. I think they played the Pacers one year and they were a higher seed. Got eliminated in six. So it's not all bad, Josh. That's what I'm trying to say.
no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Uh, I was talking to Ray earlier. He told me this is more disappointing because he says we kept leaving wide open 3-point shooters. I said nothing is to me is more disappointing than the Orlando series because at least this series, Budenholzer tried to make changes.
Yeah.
Woody didn't make a single effort to change anything. That year we got destroyed by the Magic. We kept doubling Dwight and he kept finding Rashard Lewis or whoever for three. And I want to say they had less talent on that team. Like they had freaking who's the French guy that you hate? Petrus?
Jan Mahi. Oh yeah, Peaches. Oh wow, how was I thinking of Jan Mahi? Yeah,
They
Peaches.
just had players that no one's ever heard of go off on us. And this, at least to me, Budenholzer changed up the defense. They were switching a heck of a lot more. Um, this series, he changed up the lineup, and well, we tried. Like they actually tried to win this one.
Ray doesn't know what he's talking about. At me, Ray.
Hey man, hopefully you'll see Ray in August. But hey man, hey, anyway, Garrick, just give us your thoughts on this game. We can go back to game 3 also if you want.
Uh, you want to start with this game? Okay, game three.
Yeah, no, let's do this game since it's most recent.
Um, well, from what I saw and read, they started off pretty well. Had I think, an 11-point lead. Um,
Something like that.
but
Yeah.
it was 9-point lead at the end of the first, I believe. No, it was two. No, it was nine. It was something like that. But it was two at halftime. But it got up to 11 in the first half. And started off well. Dennis was doing some things. Um, Sabo was in the starting lineup. And we I think we shot the ball well. We shot like 50% from in the half and like 60% from three in the first half, something like that. And, but just couldn't get separation because the Cavs were shooting the piss out of the ball, to quote Paul Millsap. And is that a
Oh,
bad word? Can I say that word?
Paul Millsap said that? Oh my goodness. He must have been upset.
Yeah. Couldn't get separation. It was a 2-point game at halftime. So coming out of the half, I believe the Cavs got it up to four, and the game was kind of seesawing at that point. Um, the Hawks would take the lead, Cavs would take the lead, and Dennis started getting some baskets in the fourth, and just couldn't get stops down the stretch. I guess rebounds and stops. It's been the story of this series, and 3-pointers.
Um, one of the things is the Cavs shot the ball really well. Um,
Yeah,
I
can't get
especially,
rebounds when I shoot like that.
oh my goodness. I understand. Okay, so people are telling me, well, the Hawks are leaving them wide open. The Hawks aren't leaving them wide open for every single 3-pointer, guys. Get that notion out of your head. They were leaving them wide open. I probably counted, I don't know. But they weren't every single one of them. How many contested 3-pointers did J.R. Smith hit this series? Because it felt like every single one of his 3-pointers, I thought they would go in.
Yeah, That's
The
his.
Hawks. Oh,
That's
go
his
ahead.
mantra. Yeah, that's his. That's his shot.
Yeah, when he can't see the basket. I thought Atlanta. I mean, the defense that they played this series against the Cavs was no different than defense we've seen like the last 2 years. The Cavs were just super scorching hot. And it's not like we didn't leave everyone wide open, like, many of the fans want to suggest. Garrick, you can get your rant ready when we're done with this.
Okay.
But no, they were shooting it really well. Like they were freaking shooting it at numbers that the Warriors didn't do last year. And I'm pretty sure those of you that understand the simple game of basketball is that's very hard. It just hurt. It just hurt, and we were actually trying. They hit every shot. Um, it'd be really cool, guys. Garrick, if the Hawks hit every single shot that they took at the if the Hawks hit threes at the clip that the Cavs hit threes, I'm pretty sure we would have won a game, and we would have swept the Boston if that were true. One.
Yeah.
So yeah. So get that out of your head, guys. Get it out. Boy. Channing Frye also. That guy. That guy. It was just very painful.
Is he the greatest 3-point shooter of all time?
Oh gosh. He's up there with Rashard Lewis for me. I don't ever remember seeing Rashard Lewis miss a
He
three.
might be better than Larry Bird and Ray Allen.
Good lord. Yeah, Channing Frye. Yeah. Yeah. He's got to be the greatest. Is he the greatest? I got nothing else to say, man. The Hawks tried this game. They didn't get blown out. They did what we asked for. Hey, the Hawks made it to the second round. Bud made a lot of adjustments to me. You mentioned Taba was in the starting lineup. Well, Taba was in the starting lineup. Corver came off the bench. They were switching a lot to where there was a lot of times because of the switch that Teague would end up on Tristan Thompson earlier. And, that doesn't help at all. That is a huge
Or Corver on
disadvantage.
LeBron, or Shooter on LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah. We were switching to, guess what? Limit the open 3-point shots because of all that. We were actually trying. Like, Bud made defensive changes, guys. Sorry if you didn't see that, but at least some of you guys didn't see that, but he did. The Cavs were just better. They shot the crap out of the ball. To me, I don't know. There are some people who don't think the Cavs had more talent on their team than the Hawks, but they got a lot of talent on their team, guys. I'm not sure what to tell you. Although, okay, so Garrick, this is a comment I posted, and somebody also mentioned to me on Twitter about Larry Jure winning 44 games along with the Hawks, and I was like, so you're saying Larry Jure would have got this team to 44 games and also gotten them to the second round? No. Anyway, Garrick, go ahead.
Can I go on my rant now about Hawks fans?
Drop the mic.
Listen, we have an all-star on our team. He plays center. He's number 15. He's been here for 8 years.
Preach.
His name is Al Horford. He's got a long track record of performing in big games, performing all season. He's been the Hawks' best player for all of his all seasons except this year and the season when he was hurt. And Josh Smith magically was good somehow.
You know, Josh Smith fans still hold on to that year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And we're talking about not re-signing Al Horford and giving Chris Humphries his spot. Chris Humphries. Josh, can I say it one more time?
Say it again. Say it again.
We're talking about Chris Humphries, Josh.
Talk about Chris Humphries, man.
Chris Humphries.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
Just read what all the Hawks fans are writing about and saying. Or you can go on the Atlanta Hawks Reddit page. You can go on Peachtree Hoots. There's some there. Go on Hawk Squad. Fans are really wanting to sign Chris Humphries instead of Al Horford, Josh. This is a world that we live in right now.
Oh my goodness. Garrick, I can't deal with this, man.
I just wanted to get this off my chest, Josh.
I can't get up. I've fallen and I can't get up thinking of this. Oh my goodness. We've made some stupid suggestions in the past. The Lance Stevenson one. Ooh boy, I still can't get over that one for some of you guys.
Yeah.
Chris Humphries. Okay, so Chris Humphries had a heck of an impact, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of that was anger from being benched behind Muscala.
Yeah, he did have a good couple games. But I'm talking track record here, and if we're
Yeah,
going by a couple of games anyway, the last couple weeks of the season, Chris Humphries was terrible.
yeah,
Put
he
it
was.
nicely.
He was, and Chris Humphries. I want to say opposing defenses weren't like, oh, let me key on Chris Humphries and leave Horford open. No, opposing defenses were worried about Horford over Humphries. So let's go with
Yeah,
that. Oh my goodness, Hawks fans, please, why? Why do you do this to me?
and I like how say he can do everything Horford can do in rebound. Chris Humphries is a 26% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he hit 1 3. I want to say he bricked every other one. Um, I don't remember him hitting a three besides like this one in the series at all.
No disrespect to Chris Humphries,
Yes.
but he's not Al Horford.
No, no. And if Al stays, look, Hawks front office has a very tough decision of what they're going to do this offseason. And Garrick, there is so much to talk about with the Hawks offseason that I just want to save that for another podcast. So be ready in the next couple of weeks to talk about that. Guys, yeah, Hawks fans, be sure to send me your questions. By the way, I am getting all the Jeff Teague, Horford questions that I'm pretty sure I can handle at the moment. And rest assured, I am not ignoring you. I will answer them. Who's some of the guys we have? I'm trying. Who asked me? Sam. Sorry, I'm going through my likes and retweets from something I just posted. Anyway, everyone who's asked me about the off season, we will get to it. Chris friggin' Humphries, Garrick, Al
Josh.
Horford.
Chris Humphries, Josh. Chris Humphries. What about Chris Humphries, Josh?
Not Chris Humphries, but say it again. Chris what?
Chris Humphries. Not Chris Paul. Not Claude Humphries. Chris Humphries.
Oh my goodness. Garrick, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for talking about Chris Mother. Whoa, 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 whoa. There was no beep there. Um, man, there's so much to talk about Jeff Teague and no, especially Horford this upcoming off season. You know who do great with the Hawks? Who I think would actually benefit with the Hawks
Who's that?
if he came to Atlanta? Kevin
Marvin?
Durant. But
Oh,
I'm gonna leave that alone.
oh yeah.
Uh, because of just what Billy Donovan. Okay, no, no, we are saving that. Josh, we are not going to talk about that now. Garrick, I do have one off-season question I do want to talk about,
Let's go.
and not really talk about, just kind of mention. I'm trying to find the question that the guy sent me. Let's see here. Would you sign now? Edgar. We'll get to your question next time. That's more as with the off season. Although you make a good suggestion, Edgar. We will get to it. I favorited. Boom. We will get to it. Evil Dallas at evil_Dallas. We know him on Peachtree Hoops. Well, he tweeted me. Does sticking with Dennis down the stretch hint at something of Jeff Teague this summer? Or do you think he was just playing the hot hand?
Ah,
And Dallas, that's a heck of a question.
I don't
Eric,
know.
give me your quick fire answer.
If we say it signals something for Jeff Teague. Well, he's been doing it all year, sticking with the hot hand between the two point guards. So maybe it does, but it's just a continuation of what he's been doing. I don't think I don't think we can read into that much, but it sucks if it was Jeff Teague's last game that he didn't get to finish it out, I guess.
Yeah, Dallas, Bud has been doing this all year, and we've seen him doing the playoffs before, sticking with the hot hand. And that's something that I want to say a lot of us complained about with Woody and Larry Drew, is that he would take out the hot hand. Also, when you get two fouls, we won't see you until the second half. But that's something else. But Dallas, that's a legitimately good question to ask because yes, he took out the hot hand. I mean, yes, not he took out. He went with the hot hand. He kept Dennis in the game. Jeff wasn't great this game, like he was previous game, but hey. But I totally see your point. Elimination game with everything on the line. You go with who we all think is going to be the starter next year. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Evil Dallas is one of the best commenters on Peachtree Hoops.
Yeah, yeah. Dallas, I'm going to stick with hot hand just because he has done it before and it can be evidenced to link back to that. Garrick, my question to you. How will you be spending the off season? And how will you be spending the rest of the playoffs?
I'll probably just watch Spurs games. That's it.
Yeah. I'm going to be unable to watch Eastern Conference Finals because if the Cavs play like they did against us, and if Valanciunas slash, my God. Okay. Let me side talk real or side note. How bad is the Heat Raptors series?
This is 90s basketball.
It's so bad. I'm watching these games and I'm starting to realize how overrated Hassan Whiteside is.
Yeah.
He gets these highlight blocks he can dunk. But outside of that, he's a bad pick and roll defender, which you would think he'd be better at for being as athletic and big he is. He's getting destroyed by Valanciunas. And Valanciunas does everything in slow motion on the other end. Um, Kyle Lowry can't shoot. Can either shoot one day but can't shoot the next day. Joe Johnson is just missing every shot he takes. The last couple of games, well, let me rephrase that. In the last few minutes, I want to say last couple games.
Atlanta in him.
Yeah, we're seeing vintage vintage Joe Johnson. It is so ugly. Like it's like the Hawks and the Cavs these last two games were playing two different sports compared to like the Heat Raptors series is just so ugly. And Lowry except for last game, but prior to that, Lowry has just been shooting horribly. Garrick, that series is terrible. And one of those teams is going to face the Cavs. And you know what's going to happen? The Cavs are going to suddenly like hit a shooting slump. Like you could totally see that.
Yeah, that'll be our luck.
You could totally see that happening too. 1 second though. 1 second. I gotta jump up real quick. I'll be right back. Be sure to edit this out. You leaving? Nice meeting you. Yeah, do it for her. You. What? So, Alicia had her friend over for the weekend, and she's finally leaving. Garrick, my TV has had nothing but like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Bad Girls Club, and Hip Hop Atlanta on for the past 2 days.
Bless your heart, yeah.
It has been pure torture. I'm just looking at it. And the sad thing is, and I just kind of realized this, but people actually think that's how everyone acts in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think that people actually thought that, but people actually think that. Oh my goodness, Garrick, it was horrible. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, what were we talking about? Guys, we're just getting back. I had to get up and say goodbye. What were we talking about?
What were we talking about?
You're talking about the series.
Yeah.
Right. So Garrick, you could totally see someone you could totally see them just getting cold next round. You could see apparently doesn't J.R. Smith go through shooting slumps? Like apparently doesn't this happen? I've never seen it personally, but
I think it would be like Atlanta sports curse. We got swept by the Cavs, and their sports curse I guess has to like overshadow ours, so they would have to get swept in the finals and just go cold, like swept by some team like the Trailblazers or something. That would be the highlight of the Cleveland sports curse.
If the Hawks made it to the finals, got swept, that'd be the highlight of Hawks fans. we got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, but was last year the greatest season you've ever watched as a Hawks fan?
Yeah.
We got freaking swept by the Cavs, but at the same time, the month of December, January, and February were the greatest times I have ever had watching the team. And I don't regret that at all. Is the Cleveland, okay, Is the Cleveland curse really that much more worse than Atlanta?
I don't know. I don't. They
Is
hit
it?
the genetic sports lottery. LeBron was born in Akron. I wish we could have somebody born in Columbus or Macon or something. Can we get a
Augusta.
yeah, right. Can we get a specimen out there? Can we get some athletes bred together in one of these towns in Athens or somewhere so he could make
Yeah,
a
seriously.
big LeBron baby?
Yeah, seriously. Um, Jeez. And they won the lottery how many times in a row?
Yeah.
Not they have how many top three picks in that draft? They are the luckiest team. I don't see how. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. How are the is okay? Cleveland Cavs. They are no more cursed than we are. I think we're more so cursed than them.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, the Cleveland Cavs. I think the Hawks are more cursed than the Cleveland Cavs. I just don't want to hear why, because they'll say the Cavs never won a championship. Have the Atlanta Hawks won a championship? No.
Yeah,
Have the
we haven't even won the lottery. Have we won the lottery? I
no?
mean, have we ever picked first?
I,
I won the lottery. Have we ever picked first? No.
no. I have our highest pick was two, and Hawks fans want to get rid of him for Chris Humphreys. But
He was three. Marvin was.
oh, sorry. Highest pick that's still in the league is two.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine if we did have the number two pick that year, though. I'm not gonna say anything. I love Al.
Like, imagine how different history would be if just we took Chris Paul instead of like how different would our history have been? Well, first of all, would Mike Woodson have even played him?
That's a good question.
No, that's a legitimate question that should be answered by. I understand Chris Paul is the point god. Understand all this stuff about Chris Paul, but would Mike Woodson have played him?
I don't know. I was listening to watching Byron Scott the other day, and he said criticism of him was that he didn't play rookies. He said he did play Chris Paul in his first year, and I guess that was he was citing that he did play rookies. I don't know. Is Mike Woodson that different from Byron Scott?
Um, hmm, hmm. I'm not sure.
Who do we have to play at point guard? Tyronn Lue,
Um,
Anthony Johnson.
it's Anthony. I can't even remember. I can't remember back that far as to who was on the team. Was Al Harrington? Al Harrington was on those teams, right? Marvin came before
Marvin.
Josh Smith, right?
Yeah, Marvin was. Golly, I'm thinking. Marvin was 2005 or 2006. 2005. Marvin was 2005. Josh was 2004, wasn't he?
Garrick, it's just like when you think about it, taking a player who was off the bench as the top pick, like
Yeah.
who didn't even start for his team. He was off the bench. Like when you think of that, is that not like the dumbest thing in the world?
Mm, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's some sort of history in this, but taking a player off the bench. Anyway, I think I'm just going to be spending the rest of this, I guess, playoff series. Just I don't know, rooting for the Spurs. I watch the Spurs just because it's fun to see every time Tim Duncan scores or does anything, because you think of like whatever record list he's on. That's just adding more to it. I don't know.
I just want the status quo. I don't want any new teams to win championship. Like let the Spurs or Warriors win it. I don't want the Cavs to get their first championship. I don't want. Well, I can say the status quo because I don't want the Heat to win either. But I don't want the Raptors to win their first championship. I don't want the Trailblazers to win. Who's the other team? The Thunder.
I
Yeah,
kind of,
I don't want Thunder to win.
I kind of want the Thunder to get swept. I mean, not swept, but to lose out because, well, actually, what's the score right now of that game?
2-2.
They won?
Yeah.
How did they win? I thought they were down. Did Durant pull some magic?
I think Durant had like 42.
Man, I was kind of hoping the Thunder lost so I could at least feed into my dream that I know would never happen. But anyway, man, I can't. No, I'm with you. I'm going for the Spurs just because. Just because. Well, what if the Cavs won? Will people finally stop talking about how Cleveland sports is cursed?
I don't want the Cavs to win. If anybody's listening to this and you have TweetDeck or something, open up TweetDeck, search Anna Horford's name, and look at her mentions right now. Cleveland fans are the worst. Cleveland fans are the worst, Josh. They don't deserve anything.
Okay, you have a point there. So we're going for Western Conference. That's what we're rooting for.
Yeah.
Okay. What if the Trailblazers win? What if the Trailblazers win?
I think that would make me madder than if the Cavs won.
Well, okay, so there are Wizards fans out there who still want to argue that Bradley Beal was a better pickup than Damian Lillard.
What? Really?
Yeah, they want to argue that because they say Dame is older than Bradley Beal. At least the couple of hardcore.
Can Bradley Beal step on the court without injuring himself? Bradley Beal would be perfect for the Trailblazers.
That's true.
Knees. I think you have to have knee cartilage to be a superstar there.
Oh, man.
Knock on wood, Dame.
Man. You know what? Yeah, you're right. If the Trailblazers somehow beat them and no, I don't see the Trailblazers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I don't. Like, unless if they basically pull a Cavs and hit every single three-pointer that they take. No, no, even then, because then I don't know. Okay, so switching gears. You know what the amazing thing about the Thunder is to me? They are so poorly run. They have no offensive play sets or anything. That basically just explains of how good Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook are.
They got three of the best offensive players in the league: Westbrook, Durant, and Cantor. That's how they get their offense.
It's their offense is. I don't know. Their team is just so. Their coaches. I don't know. They run nothing, but yet that's how good those guys are.
Yeah.
So, switching back to East, I'm done with the West, and going back to the Miami Heat Raptor series that I was talking about earlier. So we're possibly going to watch the next game without Valanciunas or Hassan Whiteside. Is that correct?
I think Valanciunas is out. I don't know. Have they made a decision on Whiteside?
I thought it was
No, he got hurt.
I thought it was something with his MCL, or did I?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was like day to day or something. Maybe he's out. If he's out,
I thought I read. Garrick, that is such a Oh my goodness. Imagine if we were in the playoffs and magically Valanciunas or Hassan Whiteside, if we were playing them and magically one of those two got hurt against us.
I don't think I want to see an injured team against the Hawks, Josh.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's true. I take that back. It's like saying, imagine if we were playing the Wizards and John Wall got hurt. That's true. I take that back. By the way, do people that like actually want Whiteside, like, I think fans are spoiled by Al Horford for what he gives us
yeah.
because they look at the blocks and the rebounding and they're like, oh my God. But it's just kind of like, yeah, but look at everything else he does or lack of. It's terrible, Garrick.
Josh,
Yes,
they just don't appreciate him.
they don't appreciate him. But Chris Humphries, though,
They
Chris mother
appreciate
effing-
Chris Humphries.
I'm so glad you had that ready. Man, okay. All right, we're BSing right now. Well, we always do this, guys. Guys, we're about to get out of here. Garrick, this is this. If we went down, at least we went down swinging. We lost by 1 point. The off season is going to be interesting to watch. We're going to be talking about more on that. Next episode, I kind of want to go over the regular season. Do you want to do like an awards show, kind of, for the next episode?
Yeah, that sounds good. Favorite games and all that.
Yeah, favorite games, MVP,
MVP,
X Factor, offense, defensive player. Yeah. I'll get the guys together. We could decide on a day for that. Worst case, next Sunday. Worst case, next Sunday. Maybe Tuesday. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's do that. Garrick, next question. Have you seen the latest movie that came out this weekend?
Civil War?
Yes.
I have not.
Garrick. Okay, so if I make a suggestion before you watch it, it's kind of thorough with the previous movies, but I was going to do a review on this with somebody. So I wanted to go through a full, thorough spoiler review with this. I was trying to find out when Ray is free to jump on. He saw it twice already. That might be his review and thoughts on it. He's saying that. Oh man. I wanted to talk about that. So I needed to know if I could get you in on it or not.
When you want to do it?
I don't know. Next time I'd be free is maybe Tuesday or later in the week, like Thursday or something. But I'm gonna get in contact with Ray, see when he's free.
I don't know if I probably can't go see it till like this weekend or something.
Okay, never mind. I might. I don't know. We'll see. I was getting God, who's the guy that did it with us last time? I forgot his name. Not a Christian. When we were doing the Batman Superman.
It's embarrassing, Josh. You don't remember your fans. One of our loyal listeners.
Kidding. It was John. I remember.
Because I forgot it too.
Garrick, what? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he was going to join me. Jeez. I forget names all the time, so I apologize for this. Yeah, he was going to join me. I texted him today. Yeah. You watching Game of Thrones? Did you watch the most recent episode real quick?
I did.
Okay, guys. Garrick, we're going to give a quick outro to say goodbye. Everybody, thank you for listening to Caw Cast. We're going to talk about end of the year stuff. We're going to give out end of the year awards. Who knows? I may wear a tux that day when we record. Thank you guys for joining. Garrick, thank you for joining me. All right. Yeah,
Thanks,
everybody's
everybody.
gone.
Chris Mother Humphreys.
Chris Mother F Humphreys. Thank you. All right. Okay, is everybody gone now? All right, so Garrick, you saw Game of Thrones episode. We're spoiling this. I'm sorry. I have to spoil this real quick. Did you see the end of that?
What happened at the end?
The end of the episode, was that not a mic drop by Jon Snow?
Oh, when he hung Ollie and what's his face?
Uh, Basically the guys that stabbed him.
Yeah,
They killed him. Was that not a mic drop when he handed over the his
yeah,
the coat?
over the coat.
When he said that, I was like, he said, "I'm sorry,"
My
because I
watch
put
is
this on my
done.
Facebook. I put this on my Facebook. My watch has ended. Mic drop. I'm sorry. I love the show, but man, they put you on a freaking cliffhanger.
They, I'm surprised we got any of John tonight. I thought they were gonna just ignore him for the whole episode.
I thought that too when they started out with them. Um, and they went to the Tower of Joy.
Yeah,
Uh, I was shocked. And okay, so when you heard the scream in the background, I thought they were actually going to get to the
yeah.
biggest theory in all of Game of Thrones, but then they cut it off. So if you look up Tower of Joy on the search on Twitter, you will see the funniest reactions ever. Like, why did you stop? Go back to it. How dare you blue balls us? It was, man, but that ending, like, they could do a whole season on North of the Wall, like Jon Snow's story, because that's the most interesting to me since they're the actual ones that are like actually dealing with a threat. They could do a whole story of that. My watch is ended. Mike, I was like, dang, yo, he screwed over. Would you say he screwed over everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he screwed over the wildlings? Um,
What's Davos?
King Davos, first of his name, King of the illiterates, first of his name. Did you notice who the first person to talk to him when he came back to life was? Right,
Davos.
King Davos.
I like
I want
how
Davos.
I like how Melisandre came in there and she was all surprised.
Well, that was the whole thing with Melisandre. She kind of like, at least what I understand from last season, she kind of lost faith in her faith.
Yeah.
That was her whole thing, and that's why when she brought it back to life, she was like, "Yeah, whatever, whatever, BS." But oh my goodness, yeah, she was shocked, and I loved the look on everybody's faces when he walked out. I love that whole thing, and the guys that hung him, that they hung,
Hmm.
that was I don't know. I feel kind of bad that he killed. I don't know. When you think about it, all they were doing was kind of their jobs because they didn't know of the undead stuff, and they kind of hung him. And I was like, man, I almost feel bad for you.
No, no, no.
Not little
Screw
Ollie,
Ollie.
not little Ollie, the one who stabbed him in the heart.
Screw Ollie.
The backstabbers. My watch has ended, man. I so wanted to see what they do with this. Because what if because you know what's gonna happen? Sansa and what's her
They're gonna
name
go up
are gonna,
there and they're not gonna see him.
yeah, they'd be like, he left.
Yeah.
You know that's gonna happen. God, if that was the most baller thing ever, my watch. I don't care what you do with it. My watch is ended. Mic drop. And the best thing is he got a fresh haircut now that he's a free man. He got a fresh haircut and he's a free man. My watch is ended. I'm sorry. I find it hilarious. Okay. Okay. That's all Game of Thrones. Um Maybe if you paid attention, if you could explain something to me on there. What exactly was Varys, the the bald-headed guy?
Yeah,
When he
well,
was
he was doing with the lady.
Yeah, okay, so what happened there? Because I kind
I
of
have to
tuned out.
yeah. I was uh looking away. I have to rewatch it when it comes on
I
in
think
30 minutes.
yeah, I kind of like when it got towards the end of it, I kind of noticed like, oh, he just did something and I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention. And it basically came to the next scene that Tyrion said, "Oh, so you found out who the leaders are." And he told him. I was like, "Oh, okay, he tricked her somehow."
And I just realized Varys' little birds were all children.
Yeah,
Yeah, his little.
he gave him candy.
Yeah,
Man, that show is just so. Oh, we're in for a good seven. How many more episodes are there? Seven more?
yeah, this is the third.
Ah, we're in for a good rest of the season. Garrick, I encourage you to go watch Civil War. You saw Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
Um, Civil War to me, if did you ever watch the Winter Soldier movie?
yeah, yeah, I've
Okay,
seen it a couple times.
Winter Soldier. I personally love that one out of all of them. Um, it's more of the same of that movie. It's like a continuation of that and kind of a makeup excuse for the last Avengers movie, but it was fascinating watching this and how everything fit. Darn it, I'm giving a review. Okay, ignore I just said everything right there. Civil War, go see it. Got to talk about it. Anyway, Garrick, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for wearing black uh, to represent the end of the season.
Rest in peace, 2015, 2016 Hawks. Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, these last two
Ashes to
years,
ashes, dust to dust.
yeah, these last 2 years were really fun watching the Hawks. We're gonna
Yeah,
see what's gonna happen this upcoming year. Anyway,
best 2 year stretch team history.
has it been?
Yeah, in terms of wins. Yeah,
I guess so. When you have 60 wins, that kind of like overcomes averages, helps average stuff out. Yeah, and they made it to the second round. So, it's not terrible. It's not like, how everyone was like thinking if Boston made it to this second round. I'm happy we made it to the second round and we beat Boston because if we lost to Boston, that would have been much, much worse,
mm,
in my opinion. Much, much, much worse. Anyway, we're done for now. Garrick, thank you. Um, let's plan for a Tuesday podcast. Unless if I hit you with the text saying I can't do it.
all
Tuesday or
right.
Thursday. But thank you. And guys, thank you for listening.